What are you doing? I can't do the yo, 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 everybody, as well as Tex, but good evening, and how are you? I just wanted to catch you guys up. I see Scott in here and Lost in Perfection, and Kathy, hello. We got Hoops. What up? What up? So tonight, as you guys know, we have Lindsey, who I'm so excited. But we're gonna go ahead and real quick, we're gonna do Tex Watch. So Tex saw links and found Sasquatch since he's been off the show. So here's his links. Very productive trip that Tex is doing, but he did discover Sasquatch. So we wish him nothing but the best in his endeavors, and he's still gone for a week. No bears thus far. So that's it for housekeeping. So we're gonna go ahead and pull Lindsey in because I'm so excited.
Hi everybody. How's it going?
How are you? Look how pink it is.
It is very pink. I'm very happy with it. It makes me happy. I like how you have it set up, and I had to go outside because that was the vibe we need.
It was
all the nice energy.
It is you're a whole vibe. I had to put my Sublime shirt on just to kind of blend in.
Yeah,
I can't go outside. I got the PC.
No, I got you.
Did you see that though? The PC on my backboard.
Right in the backboard. Hey man, I'm sure there's been weirder shit.
Yeah, I mean, Tex does his in his Four Seasons room. That's why I need to get a laptop. I do. I need to get
This is actually really nice. I'm glad that I'm using this and not a phone. I'm really glad. You do need a laptop. You should get a laptop.
And you can see all the comments too, right? You can see the chat over on the side.
Oh, I can.
Yeah.
Interesting. Holy crap. Hello, everybody. That's so cool.
When you're on a laptop, you can actually see the chat, which is nice than when you get pulled in from the phone, because then you can't see any of the chat unless I do this little thing where I throw it up.
Yeah, I like this. Hi everybody. How's everyone been? I've kind of missed you guys. It's been a week.
It's been a minute since we had you on the show.
Yeah, just a couple years.
What's been going on since the last time that we had you on the show, a year or two? I was so bummed because your episode was on the old channel that got mass reported and removed
and deleted. Yeah, that's so crazy.
Whole YouTube. I was just mad because of the interview videos. I loved having those just to go back.
You couldn't save any of it. It's all gone.
Dude, we interviewed some cool people. We had Adam Calhoun on there. We had freaking a bunch of people who were running for governor. We had all of our events that were live streamed. They're all gone.
It's gone.
It's gone.
And out of pettiness. And all out of pettiness. No, but obviously a lot's happened in the last few years for both of us. But it is really cool to be back on the show. I will say that. It's kind of nice to be back.
It is. It's nice
your
to
face.
It's nice to have you back. Over watching you come back. Yeah, I always tell you this, but it's seriously been my favorite thing to watch ever. Was you just kind of come into who you were and be I'm done. I'm done with
yeah. Same with you though too, because we both kind of came to at different times, but came to an understanding where there were certain things that we were doing that were just not worth it anymore.
No,
mentally, spiritually.
And I think it took me longer than you, and even still, right? Even still, I struggle with it. The over need to be petty or to be toxic because it's
have to say
fun.
Something.
It's fun. Dude. And it is fun until it's not, right?
Until you get your feelings hurt. Honestly, it's fun when it's you. When I'm saying shit, I'm oh my God, look at me. I'm so funny. And then when somebody responds, I'm you hurt my feelings. You're a bitch. And I don't like this anymore. Immediately.
I don't want to play with you anymore.
I don't want to play. This isn't fun. I don't like this game.
I feel my feelings level is smaller now too, which is really weird. I can't handle as much. I look back on some of my videos and I was bitch, you thought you were so fucking hard.
Dude, I thought I was
yelling at.
Right. I thought I was really I thought it was really cool. I thought it was so cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm aware
now. You got 400 people telling you how cool you are.
Of
course you thought you were. 400 people telling you that you were.
And you're like, my opinion matters and everything I say matters. But then you go out into the real world and you try to like flex that same muscle, and people are like, bitch, we do not, who are you? Like,
I'm
who do
just
you
trying to
think
buy
you
my
are?
groceries, bitch. Get out of here.
Do you not know who I am? I have a minor following on TikTok. People
And
know
in
my
my neck
screen
of the
name.
woods, I am somebody.
Seriously though, and then like you start to look at, so like we were talking about having a following on Instagram and how different that is to
So
TikTok.
different.
It is so much harder to gain like any sort of traction on other social media apps. It
Mhm.
is way too easy on TikTok, and I don't think people understand that.
And
And
it's
so like
designed that way.
it is.
So, oh god, I wish I had the video. I'll send it to you when we're done, and then I'll
Okay.
try to link it in the comments here. But there was a guy who was interviewed, big tech guy, helped like Facebook and Instagram work on their algorithm, and then was recruited to come over to TikTok to
Okay.
help them with their algorithm. And he said that he has never seen anything like it. He does not understand how it works. It's like it's got a life of its own and it's extremely dangerous.
That's so creepy because it gives that vibe. Because
Well,
you know
and the
how you
thing is
start a new
yeah.
page and it's like already weirdly fine tuned? Like it throws the weird shit in there, but it's
Mhm.
already weirdly fine tuned to stuff that
Yeah.
you like. And it's like, how the fuck do you know that?
And what I found is because like I still have a TikTok and I've been very open about that. Like I ain't hiding. I just like it's not worth my breath anymore to make videos
Yeah.
over there. It's just not. And because especially when you get caught up in like the drama and the pettiness and then you try to make your normal content and then like those people take that content and want to
Yep.
fuck with you and
Exactly.
it's like, bro, go back over to my drama video and talk shit. Like leave this part
Exactly.
alone, and you can't do both on there.
Mm-mm.
You just can't. And that is what I like about Instagram a little bit better is that whereas on TikTok my drama videos would always get more like engagement, it was
Yeah.
always really negative engagement to where over on TikTok or over on Instagram, usually when I do like a clapbacky video, it gets the worst. And then
Yeah.
my regular content. So like TikTok almost rewards you for being toxic.
For being bad. Yeah, exactly, because I
Yeah.
noticed that on Instagram, you're even like the FYP or the videos that they push to you, it isn't a lot of that stuff.
Mm-mm.
Very seldom do I see anything that is like aggressive or attacking like that.
Right.
It's usually informative or
Mhm.
it's like interesting or funny. And they're trying to like keep your interest as opposed
Mhm.
to TikTok that's just trying to like feed the beast,
Yeah,
which is
like
just like
TikTok
how it
wants your
feels.
soul. I am
It
fully
does.
like I don't know. I watched some weird videos about like this is a really good transition because it was about Burning Man, which we had talked about talking about, to where she was talking about how and like I'm not super into like all the big spiritual as much as what I was before,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of really big components from it that like I still take and like if we're all made up of this energy and when
Hmm.
we all gather, right, and we're all feeling the same energy, that does something. That energy has to go somewhere.
Yeah.
It does something to people around you. This is why like mass hysteria is a thing. It exists
Yeah,
because
and you could see it
we
in crowds. Yeah, you see those videos of the crowds, they're all falling all at once, like, it's a
yes.
mental thing. It has
Or
nothing to
like at
do
the
with
Taylor Swift concerts where it looks like they're all passing out. Like, what
they
is
all fall
that?
backwards. What the fuck is
Right.
that? Because
And
it's
then at
not a
Burning
wave.
Man, they were talking about how, like, this one girl was like, I'm convinced that concerts now and these big events now are to like, they found a way, like Monsters Inc., right? They found a way to like funnel
Ooh,
our
harness
energy
that energy. Holy crap, dude.
and then they can make weapons out of our energy, and those would be like the direct energy weapons that they're
And
literally
play
causing
they
all they're playing Sims, and they're causing chaos with us like the Sims so that they can refill their energy to do all their
and
function.
when they do these concerts and they do these shows, a lot of the music, especially today, has the same like tones, like
Yeah,
lower tones. They know that they're going to get the correct response because they're just using the same formula.
or that Kardashian girl's boyfriend, that rapper guy, whatever, that had that crazy weird concert where like people died.
Oh, Travis Scott. Isn't that
Yes.
him? Yeah, dude. Yeah.
And
And he
like
was like up
she
on
was
stage
like
like,
big.
yeah,
It creeps me out that
get
she
him.
was like big pregnant at that one too. I'm like,
Dude,
girl, you're
it's
like
so crazy.
big pregnant. And it's like all this because it is so much energy. Like they've shown this like at churches when people gather and they're singing and they look up, and especially if it's like stained glass, like it
Yeah.
creates this effect, this chemical reaction in your brain to see, like, especially if it's like beautiful. So like beautiful images with
Visions
the
and shit
right
like
kind of
that.
music and the right kind of energy around you, it amplifies everybody's energy. So it's
So
kind
it's
of
like
like they're
creating it. They're
taking it.
just, yeah, that is so
Right.
crazy to think that they could do that because I mean, why wouldn't they?
Well, and they like to create panic. So we can actually go into like the Burning Man stuff with this like creating panic because it's very weird to me. Like there's like three different perspectives on this, but
Okay.
Are
so
struggling to escape after months
we have
of
like sad
torrential
music,
rain
national
fell in
disaster.
3 days and turned the desert into a sea of mud. The CEO says there is no cause for panic as the festival plows on with plans to burn its iconic man later tonight. Festival goers are being forced to walk barefoot and survive on tins of tuna as they desperately conserve their food and water supplies, while celebs like Chris Rock and Diplo manage to make a quick escape from the chaos.
Meanwhile, this girl, like,
I'm not, how am I supposed to feel bad for you? I don't feel bad
so it's like you had some people that were like, it's a national emergency. And then you had other people that were like, we're just out here living our best
we're
lives.
partying. And you've seen the videos of them like in their tents where they're just like stomping in place
Yeah.
and they're just listening to music. And so it is literally like somebody said group hypnosis. That is exactly what it
Yes.
is. They're just so like channeled in. I also don't think that at Burning Man it helps that everyone's like really high, you know, because
Well,
like
they
everyone's
are
like,
at all of these things. I mean, that's why they have all these big flashy colors and all
which
the
trips
rest
me out.
of
Like
it.
you have people like Taylor Swift, and I would think like the vast majority of the people
Taylor
that are
Swift
going to
scares
her
the shit out of
concerts,
me.
she is a scary individual, but it's weird to think that there are people who are actually going like fucked up to a Taylor Swift concert. Like I'm trying to think, I'm trying to think of like gotta get jacked up before
Dude, we
Tam
got
and go
the
see Taylor
Eras
Swift.
tour. We're gonna drop
Right?
some Molly.
What do you do? Like you do some whippets before you go see?
That's what you would do before Duster. You'd huff Duster before T Swift. But you gotta huff the Duster and then down a Zima as quick as you can.
Yeah, right. Get it fast,
Boom,
get
boom.
it fast. And you're right, like a 15-minute high, and then you're gonna have the fucking worst headache of your life, and it's gonna suck. But you'll be at Taylor Swift's concert, so oh
But
my
they
god,
do, like,
dude.
they're fainting at these things, and there's, like, this huge phenomenon with Taylor Swift. I don't like to talk about her a lot because 'cause I'm scared she'll show up. I'm
Like
like
fucking the boogeyman?
I'm legit scared of Taylor Swift because she looks like this,
Oh,
this woman that
the fucking Satanist.
I mean,
Dude,
they're identical. They're
they're the same person.
identical. They're the
They're the
same
same
damn
person.
person.
They are the same fucking person. I'm
Same
convinced they're the
person.
same
I'm
person.
fully convinced. I am
And the way
fully
that chick
convinced.
smiles, it's so creepy. Like she
Yes.
knows that she's not gonna die.
Yes.
Like she knows she's gonna live forever.
Yeah, because
So
she
crazy,
is.
dude. She
But
is.
there's a group of them that don't remember. Like, there was, like, a Taylor Swift amnesia phenomena after one of her concerts where it was they weren't even like, some of them weren't even together. Yeah, and none of them could remember, like, I think it was, like, the last 30 minutes of the show? Let's see, Taylor Swift
What?
memory loss concerts. Some Taylor Swift fans have reported a blank space. Isn't that like one of her fucking songs? Because I got a blank space, baby, and I'll write your name. Yes. Have reported a blank space in place of a vivid concert memories after attending Taylor Swift's epic 3-hour show. But a CU School of Medicine researcher explains it's normal.
Why is it normal though? We need you. Listen, I love that you're a researcher. That's good. That's really good.
And
But
all
could
the
you maybe
articles that
provide
I'm
us with
finding
some
about
of the
how it's
research?
normal, they're all new articles. I can't find anything pre-Taylor Swift memory loss that says that this is normal.
What the fuck?
Yeah, like
What is
they
she
don't
snatching up memories like fucking
like Harry Potter with
like
the wand.
yeah, dude, that's exactly what I was
Yeah,
thinking about. Like he's just like she's just pulling memories. What is she doing with them? She's harvesting them.
to live forever with her cats. She's scary. Like
That poor
she's
woman. She just needs, honestly, she just needs one good
like
man
I'm
to
not
change
saying
her, to help her find Jesus. And then she'll give up the ways of Satanism. But she's been alive for 8 million years and she still ain't found out one good
found the
man.
right one.
She just keeps trying. You know, we praying for you, girl. We really are. We hoping for you.
I need her to stop because she creeps because it just doesn't seem natural to
It
me.
doesn't.
Like I'm not saying that her shit doesn't bop. Okay. No, day baby.
It's
I was just
okay.
talking about like she scares the ever living shit out of me.
I'm gonna be all right. She's
But,
really
like,
not. I've
I'll
never
bop
there's a few
around.
songs that I'm like,
I'll bop
but
around
they're
to a
not.
few. I mean, I'm not buying CDs, right? But like this following that
What
she
is
has
that?
is alarming.
People
That's a lot of
love
people.
the shit
Yes.
out of her.
And
Like,
they will kill you.
yeah,
Like,
dude.
and
They
then
get so
she
mad if you're
also
like her songs aren't great. They get so mad. They get
mad.
really mad.
And if you like look up if you like are on TikTok in the search bar, look up like Taylor Swift Easter eggs. This bitch hides messages in every single one of her photo cover art. And she admits that she loves doing this in her lyrics, where her lyrics will match up to a cover art from 3 years prior to where this image meant
Why?
this.
Why?
And even like the blinks on her wristband meant something. She thinks it's really, oh my God. I'm
You
gonna
wanna
have to
why?
look at the
Because
clip, but I
she ain't got a
swear to
man in her
God,
life.
she
That's
said
why.
something about a part of her living on forever. I swear to God, there was, I'm gonna have to go look now. Fuck.
Dude, she's
It's
creepy.
like she's just telling us, and we're like, it's cool, Taylor. Just
It's
do
so
your thing,
cool.
girl.
You wanna know why? Because people love vampires. That's
They
tried and
do.
true. People fucking love vampires. And Taylor Swift is like the ultimate vampire.
And it makes
Right?
you wonder, but like, what if like that's why they make them like Twilight and things like that, and like
That's what
all
they
the
do. They
alien movies,
normalize it.
so that when
Yeah.
they come, we're like, oh, it's totally cool. Like,
That's totally normal. Yeah.
don't even worry about it. Oh, you're eating my
Who
face
cares?
off. I thought we were gonna fall
That's
in
fine.
love.
Yeah, right. That's okay. I'm blood type O positive. That's what you like, right? That's what you needed. What the fuck, dude?
Taylor Swift
No,
is a vampire.
she's so crazy. And you know what? The way she ages, I thought she was like 25.
No,
I thought she was like a child. She looks
no.
like a baby.
She's
She's
at least 460.
yeah,
Then
yeah. She's at least 1,000 years old.
at
Yeah, she's
least.
been around for a while.
And then there's a video of her like doing this dip on stage, like with another dancer, but then there's a clip of her doing it without the dancer. And I don't know how she hovered the way that she fucking did and then came back up.
She's a fucking.
And then in one of her things, she like put on this weird like black cloak and they all had candles and they were walking
Dude,
around the
I
stage.
saw that. I
Like,
saw that. What is that? Look. I really wish. I know celebrities do this shit on purpose. I know y'all do this shit on purpose where you're like, we think it's funny to make shit look satanistic. No, stop doing that. Stop making it look. If you do
right.
not want people to believe that you're worshiping the devil, then don't do things that make
Because
it look like you're worshiping the devil.
they do it like so bluntly. They give no fucks. They give no
They
fucks.
give no fucks.
Like what was that? See, I like having other people on that like no pop culture because Tex like does not. If it's not about the government, he's like, huh?
So I don't know what you're talking about.
Fucking Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox. Like, what the
Dude,
fuck was that?
where she's like, oh yeah, we just sometimes ritualistically drink each other's blood. Bitch, are you just gonna gloss
Sometimes.
over that? Do you
Once
think that
in a
we
while.
did not just hear you? What did you just fucking say?
But then we'll turn around and be like, all those crazy conspiracy theory people talking about, you're doing it. You're egging them on. If you don't want them thinking you're doing sacrifices, stop saying
Don't
that
do
you're
that.
doing
Yeah.
sacrifices.
If you don't want people to think that you're a fucking weirdo, stop rubbing baby dick cream on your face. Like, just be normal. Be normal fucking people. Stop
Yeah, who
doing
was
weird
that?
people shit.
Sandra Bullock, right?
Yeah, where she's like, you don't really want to know what's in this. No, we do. And then she
Maybe
told
foreskin, just a little foreskin. Just rub
First
it
of
on your
all,
face.
are you trying to tell us that that's why we've been doing this to these little boys? Is for Sandra Bullock's
Fucking
fucking
Sandra Bullock's skin. She looks great
it's really been worth it.
for being 170 years old. She looks
Oh
great.
my god. Like, what if it's specifically for her though, dude? What if it's all been for
She could
her?
just bathe in it. Yep, and then like C Buddy just said Angelina Jolie having a freaking they're just walking around with each other's blood around their neck.
Yeah.
Like,
I
we're
remember
dark and sexy.
I
and
remember
cool. No.
I remember my mom telling me that or reading that in a magazine when I was like early teen and being like, that's fucking weird. Like, that's not,
weird.
there's nothing. And like my aunt being like, no, that's distinctly remember my aunt being like, that's hot. And me being like, you're a fucking weirdo too. Like, you're also fucking weird. Bunch of weirdos. Bunch of fucking weirdos, man.
Weirdo. Like, look, I always like, I get it, right? Like people like some weird shit, you know, like when they're having their time, right? And I'm not here to judge.
But that's
I'm
their
just
time.
saying that, like, if you enjoy blood and cutting each other and like punching each other and spitting on and degrading each other, I think you need therapy.
You should get therapy. Yeah, therapy. You should get therapy. And y'all should go together. I feel like as a couple, if that's your guys' kinks, you guys listen. Seek Jesus.
You're better than that.
He's also there. You are better than that. You know, God loves you. I don't know if you've heard that today.
You're not mad at me. You're mad at your dad. And it's okay. It hurts you anymore.
Oh,
you're mad at your dad.
You're mad at your dad.
That's
Girl,
what it is. That's what it is. Do you know the guy from Firefest is doing another Firefest?
Oh yeah, dude. Okay, so
tickets are only $600 right now.
Let's talk about
they
this.
Could go up to 10,000.
Even if you're going as a joke, even if you're going, and part of me understands the like, it's a troll, and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna get my cheese sandwich.
My $6,000 cheese Sammy.
My blowy water, because that's what we're fucking calling it now. Like, dude, that was the most expensive thing at that entire festival was that water. That man put his mouth on the line.
He did, and we're gonna watch a clip.
Had 4 containers filled, 4 18-wheeler trucks filled with Evian water. But I had left the week before for 2 days to go to meetings in Bermuda for the America's Cup. And when I came back, I missed the big meeting with Customs. And of course, Customs had said to Billy and the gang, you need to pay us $175,000 in cash today for us to release the water. I went down. Well, Billy called me. I'm going to speak completely, this won't go that far, I'm sure, but...
Oh, it's going to go real far.
He said, Andy, we need you to take one big thing for the team. And I said, oh my gosh, I've been taking something for the team every day. He said, well, you're our wonderful gay leader, and we need you to go down. Will you suck dick to fix this water problem? And I said, Billy, what? He said, Andy, if you will go down and suck Cunningham's dick, who's the head of Customs, and get him to clear all of the containers with water, you will save this festival. And I literally drove home, took a shower, I drank some mouthwash. I'm like, oh my gosh, and I got into my car to drive across the island to take one for the team. And I got to his office, fully prepared to suck his dick.
Listen, get people like this on your team. Do you understand me? Yep. Do you understand me? This man is a fucking gym. Okay, get people like this on your team. You need people willing to suck dick for you. Okay, that's what you.
I love how he's like. I went right home and showered. Like
I gurgled. I rinsed my mouth out. First of all, a dick is going in there. You don't need to rinse it out. It doesn't need to be minty fresh. But I appreciate you for trying.
And also, that was from Fire Festival, not to be confused with Burning Man's.
Burning Man. I want so badly to have been a fly on the wall in the room when he's in there trying to get that water. Because, you know, he was like, how can I?
Well, and he did, because
How
he
can I
goes on to
convince him?
say that he went in there ready to go and offered it, and then the customs guy wound up saying, like, whoa, 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 you don't need to do that.
You're good.
I will give you the water. Just make sure I get my money.
How far did it go? How far did it go?
I want to know, like the progression of that. Just tell me from the minute you walked in the door until he said no. Tell every detail.
I would have listened to the entire documentary told from that man's perspective. Him and the fucking pilot, who was not a pilot. Okay, because he was learning off a fucking flight simulator, and you have him flying models.
Yeah.
Bella Hadid is lucky she's fucking alive.
And the crazy thing is that even if that whole festival would have gone off without a hitch and everybody would have gotten what they wanted, that dude still was going to go to prison. Yeah, because he lied. He lied to investors the entire time. He didn't have these bans. He didn't have all this shit. And now he's out and he's like, hey guys, I don't know if you remember me or not, but I'm having this festival in the Caribbean. And we're like, are you fucking serious?
I love
the crazy thing. The first round of tickets that were available,
they're gone. They're sold out. They're sold out. Because, and that's what I was going to say, I get wanting to do it as a fucking troll. Like, I understand wanting to go record the whole thing as a troll, because if you're a content creator, right, that's like a content farm, dude. It really is. It's just generating itself. The issue is this dude is selling these tickets to make the money back, to pay the people back that he's being. Bro, don't help this man. Stop helping this man. Stop helping Billy McFarlane. Okay, he sounds like a fucking Family Guy character. Stop helping him.
Well, and then I looked at him today and I was like, he looks a lot like Seth MacFarlane.
He does.
And look, I had to look it up, and they are not related. Just so everybody knows. I looked into it, but I think they're lying.
They're like vampire cousins twice removed or something.
Or they were made from the same head vampire, and like, you know.
Yeah, they just share.
They like start to look alike after a while.
Billy was like a really shitty clone that got fucked up on the way out.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the talent. He can't sing, but he's great at scamming. But he's really good at scamming. Like, he's an excellent scammer. He's so good at it. I like that he just told people. I love that he just told people, he's like, I got this much stock in Facebook, and no one was like clickety clack and checked.
Nobody looked. But here's the thing. Low key, though. Low key, you gotta fucking respect it.
Like, no, I do. I find part of me is like he had people calling people and being like, put money on these fucking wristbands, and then he used that money to pay for the shit to put it.
Insane, man.
He was insane. They said that he remained optimistic the whole time, and I believe that. I can believe that he was just like,
I think he was
jiving. Yes,
I think he was. I think like just watching the documentary, I feel like he didn't really realize like, fuck, I'm not gonna pull this off until about like the week before.
We could manifest it. We could do it, and we could learn. We could learn from his mistakes, and we could probably pull off our own little fire festival.
Here's the thing: what if part 2 is like fucking immaculate?
I don't want it to be. I do not.
Prove.
I don't want it to be.
But then I low key want him to be the troll. I want him to be the troll at the end.
Oh, didn't you? Have you heard? They said
it in him to make a video where he's like, "You motherfuckers gave me your money a second time. You deserve to be ripped off."
He's literally joking that he can't be on any of like the actual planning and stuff for it because of this fucking lawsuit shit. But he's gonna be there to make sandwiches. Like, he literally made the joke that he's gonna swear to God. I push hand to God. He said, "I will be there." Sent an email. I will be there to make sandwiches.
Bunny said that Bunny is willing to volunteer her DJ services.
Dude, go for it, please. Honestly, because then you can score some discounted tickets.
No, for our fire.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, let's still get
TikTok Fire Fest.
Let's do it.
TikTok Fire Fest. I mean, I'm not going, but I'll help you organize it. I don't.
We could do it like
I don't think that you could pay me to do a TikTok event ever again.
I don't want to meet. We could do like a virtual one where you could just like tap out, you know, you'd be like, "Peace, guys." Somebody showed up,
and we'll still charge like $4,000 a ticket for the virtual ticket.
Love it. Do you know how many times I've been invited to do like a thing for TikTok? I had somebody a year ago, it was a year and a half ago, ask if I wanted to do like a boxing match, and they were gonna try to set up like a boxing thing where we would get to like box our rivals. And we all know who I was rivaling at that time. So like I was really excited for it, but then it never happened. And I was kind of sad about it.
Well, I remember when that was being talked about, like that was like the hype thing to do on TikTok was to like skip, but then people weren't like, they would say that they would, and then they'd bitch out.
Yeah. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I would do it. Like even for fun. Like I would box somebody for fun. I think that would be.
I think like people got mad over one of them. I can't remember who was supposed to box. I think it was fucking Misfit and Charles or Misfit and Tex, or I don't remember. But somebody else had been like, yeah, dude, like we can sell tickets, we can pick out a charity.
Yeah,
and I was like,
charity. Yes.
You piqued my interest. You piqued my interest. Like I love some drama for charity.
I love it. I love it.
And then someone else got like all pissed off and was like, oh, you're just trying to do it for attention and for clout. Yep. That's why you guys are all on the internet. Like, let's be honest here. We like talking on the internet. We like listening to ourselves talk on the internet. Otherwise, we wouldn't fucking do it all day long.
Exactly.
So why would you not take something that you know is going to happen one way or another and just benefit from it? And yeah,
like you said,
at our Fire Fest, we got to get trapped to perform.
Headstrong.
We'll just say he's going to be there.
I'll get up there and sing it half-assly. You know, it'll be great. I'll even put a wig on to look like him.
But I didn't think that there was anything wrong with like doing
like
that.
You said early on in the show, like it doesn't matter what you do, if you fall into the drama, you're going to get pulled back into it all the time. It doesn't matter how you pivot your content, you're going to get pulled back into it.
Yep.
So why not take that fucking negative aspect of this thing and turn it into a positive for yourself? It's so weird because like that's how you know somebody really doesn't care if it's not serving them. Like there's nothing more than themselves in their own head is when they can't get past that. Because like I said, I'm gonna lose a boxing match. I'm not a fucking good fighter, but I would box for charity, bitch. I would do that shit for sure.
Like I think that could have gone really well. Like I hate giving that motherfucker any credit, like ever. However, like during our online competition for charity, that raised well over $10,000 for charity in a week. A week. We took our drama and our dislike for each other and at least did something positive.
Something good with it. Yeah. And it was cool to watch.
I feel like he started learning a lot. I'm not going to put anything in his mouth or in his head. I just feel from observing that because him and I had like a weird conversation on live where I was like, yo, like, wasn't really cool when people were coming at you and saying that your autism was fake, right? Like you had a big issue with that. So you can't be telling people that their illnesses are fake regardless. And yeah, you're right. So I feel like he actually started to learn about Ehlers-Danlos, and he had even made a video saying that. He's like, I've seen so many people now, and these women are so brave, and they're so this, and they're so strong. And then he goes, still don't think Kat has it. And I'm like, we just did so much good.
Why is he
that's what you have to end it with. You could have just ended it with like, and I still think Kat sucks, or fuck you, Kat.
Yeah, like that's fine. Yeah, give your personal opinion. You don't have to fucking come at somebody's
because then it's not funny anymore. Like it was funny for so long, like where we weren't really like going under, and then we all started hitting below the belt. Like all of us did it.
But it's funny. I don't know. It sounds fucked up. Making fun of him for the shit that he was saying was funny. And it's not as funny as him making fun of you for a fucking illness that you have constantly and continuously posted about and proven with doctors. Yeah. Come on, bro. Come on, my guy.
Literal medical records. Like, remember, they got me so mad that one time. Like, I was crying for days. And I'm like, you know, I don't want to care that they think this. However, to the people who follow me, who like me, who are learning about this, if they believe this, then they're not going to learn this anymore. They may think that they don't really have it. Or
they're going to put a wall up. Yeah. Yeah.
So like,
I don't know. And like, I'm not gonna.
It was weird, but it was still funny.
We're just gonna. All
And
I gotta
now
say is
it's
like,
I'm gonna come to your house and wear you as a skin suit, and I'm
it
like,
is.
I'm
That's what I
out.
was gonna say. It has gone from being like, it's gone from being funny, kind of funny, somewhat funny, to being like borderline, really, honestly, very scary. And I think for a lot of
I
people,
just found out tonight that like during one of these like little fights, somebody's like full information, location and everything was purposely delivered to someone that she was in a domestic abuse. Like it was
So,
her
like,
abuser. And
I
like
just wanna-
that's what we're doing now, or like we're involving like CPS. And I'm like,
I got
I can't
questions.
play
I
with
got
y'all
questions.
anymore.
And I'm going to ask the questions here because not that I'm going to get any fucking answers, but I am going to ask the questions here. Question number 1 is, what the fuck is that doing for you? Like, you, the person who's making this call, when you hang up the phone, do you genuinely feel a sense of accomplishment in your life? You're like, good job me, I did something today.
Right.
Because I don't understand how you could feel good about putting somebody in a situation that could possibly hurt them. I can't, as a human
Especially
being.
like intentionally. Like I had a situation where there was like a Dropbox, right?
Yeah.
The Dropbox was created. Well, no, this was a different Dropbox.
No, different. Okay, a different fucking Dropbox. Okay,
different Dropbox. And
okay.
I out of like emotional, just fuck you, posted the Dropbox. I put the link in my bio, and I was like, you know what? All y'all can get fucked. I'm out. Like, fuck all of y'all.
Yeah.
I did not go through the Dropbox in its entirety, nor did I look at the fact that some of the police reports had an address on it. Shit. And like, not fucking cool, Kat. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Took it down, whatever. I don't understand. Like, I remember going to bed that night feeling like I was gonna puke. Like, I hated myself.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even done intentionally like that. You know, like,
so like the thought, and that's what I was gonna say.
How can you maliciously go and do it and know that you're doing it and not have like that pit in your stomach?
That
like,
pit in your stomach, that human emotion.
Like, you're gonna poop. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I did something really bad.
That's your humanity, reminding you that you're a human and you are actually doing something that could cause someone harm. But like, my follow-up question is to the people who are having this done to them and who continue, because we all continue to do it. Well, not we all, but when it's online, I see a lot of people who are even having these things done to them where they're being put in these very dangerous situations and they continue to feed the beast. And it's like, okay, so everybody's wrong now. So now everyone's wrong because now we're just doing, fuck you, you did this, fuck you, you did that. And we're throwing stones at each other and everybody's trying to like out throw each other. You guys are picking up bigger stones and bigger stones and bigger stones.
The scary part is that now it's, I got to get them back for that. Well, I got to get them back for that. Well, I got to win above that.
Yeah.
Well, I got to win above that. And I'm like, one of these days, I know
somebody's going to get really hurt
in the core of my soul that I am going to find out that somebody that I know from this app wound up getting hurt. I'm not
just
like
that,
getting off
their
or whatever.
Or a kid, or their child, bitch, or their child, or their fucking children. It scares the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
And it is really, I think it's even weirder for me. And this is like one of the reasons I've been like, okay, well, I'm going to take a little break from that app. It's like this groupthink mentality, because we all adopt this idea that like we need people to back us up. So like we get into these positions,
right? Like we can all admit it fucking
for sure. Oh, for sure.
It.
And when you are going through something where you feel like you're being attacked, it definitely feels safer to have people behind you.
Yeah.
But it's the collecting of people that I'm noticing and trading of people like fucking Pokemon cards that is tripping me the fuck out, because it's like we have literally lost so much. We're not seeing each other as human. We're not seeing each other as people anymore. We're seeing each other as screen names. We see each other as NPCs. We're not viewing each other as human beings anymore. And because of that, we're doing things to each other and to ourselves that are incredibly harmful.
Oh, it's gross.
Yeah. And it's hard to fucking watch, dude.
It's really gross. Like I especially now that like I've really put up those like boundaries where it's not affecting me at home anymore. If I want to go look at it and laugh or try to figure out what the fuck is going on, then I do. Typically only when it's someone that like I talk to off the app and they're acting a little sketch and I'm like,
You're like,
what
I'm gonna
the
go
fuck are
see
you
what they're up
talking
to.
about? Like, who are you fighting with? So then I'll get, you know, I'm fucking nosy and I'll go
Sure,
and
dude.
I'll fucking look. I'm a nosy ass fucking
Girl,
person.
you'll post things on Instagram. I'll be like, what's this about?
I know. You'll like
Tell
text
me.
me. Who are you talking about? Who's that one for?
We're
But
nosy.
when like I removed and then I really sat and thought about like the last 2.5 years of my life,
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck was that? Like, what the fuck was like me and my husband were
What
literally
did I
crying,
do?
laughing. And he's like, you went all the way down to Florida and like got on a boat. Like you were like someone fucking cool. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, and then you had these weird, crazy people that also thought that you were cool, but like they really thought you were cool and they just wanted to like, and then it
Dude,
got
you
creepy
were
and it got
obsession.
weird.
How many times have we talked about that? And I know it's happened to you
It's
way fucking more
weird.
than it's ever happened to me. But it's like I know I've hit you up where I've been like, how do I tell this person that I'm actually not like I don't just exist for them?
Right.
Like, how do I get this person who doesn't know me to understand
Right.
that I do not solely exist for your entertainment? That
Or your health. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I like before I started talking about my health a lot online, I feel like it was always for like whatever, they just wanted to talk or
Yeah.
whatever. But now, like I never mind when I never ever care if people DM me with like health questions. Just obviously understand that I really suck at getting back to people. I mean, unless I like you on a level that we have each other's cell phone numbers, I don't check my DMs a whole lot, and it's really bad now since like I've been trying to distance myself
Go on, it's
from
fucking 100
social.
messages. Yeah, dude.
And
No,
then
you
my
can't.
requests
You can't go through it all.
it's a lot. So, but like I will look and I try to respond, especially like with the health questions. But I had this one girl who got like really effing mad at me over it because she had sent me a message and like I understood how anxious she was and she was going through a lot, and she had seen a video that I had posted where I was talking about it was actually fibromyalgia, and she's like, I remember you saying that you recently had been diagnosed, and I was like, yeah. And we were talking back and forth, and like the conversation ended, and then she had messaged me again, and I didn't respond for I think it was like 4 or 5 days. And then when I went back in and I looked, like the next thing that I see is like there's no profile picture anymore. Like she fucking blocked me.
Blocked you.
And then she told me
shit.
all about my damn self. And I was like, you understand that like my whole job is not to help people with their health problems when
just that one person.
Right. When I can't
Like
even take care of myself. Like I understand that I look like put together on Tuesday nights and on Thursday nights, but like there's a whole process of like I have to do XYZ to feel okay enough to do a show, or I have to, me and you were talking about it, like I'll withhold my pain medication so that I'm not looking sleepy, and then someone takes a video clip and is like, "Oh, cat's all
look at all cat, look all cat's all messed up."
And like I'm still paranoid about that. Like even on Instagram, if I do defend myself once, like the few times that I have since I've left, I legit watch that shit back like 15 times, and I'm like,
That's so
okay,
sad,
what's
dude.
the butterfly effect? Like, who's gonna get upset? What are they gonna do? How is it gonna get twisted? How is this gonna happen? And then like are they gonna just keep going at me and keep going at me? Because it's easy to put on like that front, right? Like when you're on social media, like you're like,
tough.
I'm a bad bitch. I got this. I can handle this.
But our feelings get hurt, dude.
No, dude, I'm a bitch. And y'all make me cry all the time.
Same, all the time, you guys. And honestly,
I'm admitting it.
I can imagine doing this because just today, like going into this, I was like conscious of like certain things that certain people whose names we're not going to bring up because
Right.
I know that that's going to incite certain
Mhm.
reactions. So it's like, weirdly, I can't imagine having to go through that regularly.
Yeah.
You know, because you do that every single week. You have to get yourself consciously ready to go in, because if you do bring up certain things, you have to be ready for what's coming down the fucking pipeline. And it doesn't
Yeah.
matter if you just like mention it or it's
No.
in reference to,
Yep.
it becomes this fucking gigantic thing.
Well,
And
that's
everything
like, that's all that Kat talks about, and it's like, no, actually, like, you're literally over there talking about me. If you don't think I'm not gonna make fun of you for that, you're crazy. I am never not gonna be just a
it,
little bit fucking petty.
it was crazy to be on TikTok that little bit of time where you had already gotten off, not a little bit, but where you had gotten off and you weren't on anymore.
Was it during my 22 day break?
So, yeah, but like it was weird because people would not shut the fuck up. And it's like
Yeah.
every other video is trying to incite. It's like fucking Beetlejuice is what it's like. It's like watching people try to fucking summon you.
Yeah.
And they just keep saying your name like you're gonna
Mhm.
fucking pop up. And it's like,
It's
like,
really weird. Now, I
leave
will
her
say that, like
alone. Just leave her alone.
the ones that, like, my friends make fucking crack me up, like, the ones that Butters made and Nick has made, and
Yeah.
Hoops actually won my favorite video to try to get me to come back because she went into Santa Claus's live and begged Santa to give her back me on TikTok for Christmas. That was funny. That was super
That's
funny.
pretty funny. Yes.
But it's weird to me that people that don't like me, that I literally haven't talked about, not on the podcast, not on Instagram, because there is like a hierarchy of crazy that I won't fuck with. Like,
Yeah, you're not
there's that level where I'm like, I ain't
Yeah.
even saying your
We
name.
don't
Bitch.
tweet.
You
The
go
fucking
do you.
Voldemorts of TikTok.
Yeah.
We don't mention you
Because
because
I
we
know
don't
that
want
I
you
can't.
around.
I know that I mentally can't hang, and like that doesn't make me weak. That's just my limit. Like I will no longer deal with anybody like using my fucking chronic illness as a slam. Like,
I can't
what?
deal
You're
with any
weird.
person who brings up kids. I'm at
Yeah.
that point where like we're not talking about illnesses, we're not talking about kids, we're not talking about families. Like if you want to talk about your family, talk about your family. Leave
Right.
other people's families out your mouth because it's not
Right.
your family. Like I just don't understand the need to constantly bring in all of the other people. Like
I
they're
think that
constantly
like the first ugliness I ever really saw on TikTok of someone going that low was that big leftist creator that went at you.
Tizzy.
Yeah, like I had seen
Yeah.
Dirty Clapbacks. I had done a couple of like,
That was
but I was like, real, just disgusting, evil people. Truly,
would hurt.
like,
Like I'm like
dude,
that would hurt. That would hurt my
it
feelings.
did. Are you fucking kidding me?
And it's like crazy to think that
What was the worst one for you? Like, what was like? If you tell me yours, I'll tell you mine. Like, what was the comment, the video, the accusation, whatever? What was
okay,
the one that
so I
literally
remember
made you cry like a fifth grader that didn't get picked for dodgeball?
that one, the one from Tizzy, that one hurt. But
Yeah.
the one thing that freaked me out the most, that had me like the most scared, was one time I got a follow request from somebody that had my name and it was a picture of my house. It was so scary.
That's scary.
It was so scary, girl. It was so scary. I was terrified. And I remember sending it to like the group chat at the time. And everyone's
Right.
like, oh, they just found that picture on Google. And I was like, I don't care if they found the picture on Google. Do you not understand? You have to have my address to get that.
That should have been a huge red flag to you. We're like, these people think that's normal. Like that it's just totally normal.
No, it really it was though. Like that was just like a Tuesday for them. And like sometimes I would get in my head, like this is so crazy. It got to the point where I was like, they did it. Bitch, when I tell you my brain,
I mean, they might have though.
Alcohol plus dealing with people who really did not give a fuck about me. That shit fucked with my head really bad. Like it had me thinking that like everybody was against me. It had me thinking like my husband was against me. I was like, the world is out to get me.
Yeah.
And I am like, you see people on TikTok, certain people, and I know you've seen them where they're like, they're watching me.
Mhm.
And it's like, that's where I was mentally. And that's so crazy to even think back to like, that's where I got, dude.
Mhm.
So what was the one that made you cry? What was your...
So, like, I've gotten there, and I have a scary one too. I have a really scary one that I never brought
Okay.
attention to because you don't bring attention to those ones, right? Like,
Exactly. I didn't say anything. I was like, oh my God,
you
I'm
don't
not touching it.
stitch that video and be like,
Yeah,
"Hey, all
yeah,
my
like, we're not
followers
talking
so
about
well,"
that.
when the video only had, like, 3 views. Like, I gotta tell y'all, stop interacting with the videos that you don't want out there. Stop stitching them because usually they only have, like, 5 views until
And
you
then you
engage
bring
with them.
people... Yeah, I
And then it's got, like,
know.
1K views on it all of a sudden. Tex,
What's up, Bear Hunter?
did you catch a bear? I wondered if he'd pop in because I know he was saying that he gets, like, out of the stand at, like, 8, so I wondered if he would pop in here for the last 5 minutes. Okay, so the one that made me cry the worst
Okay.
was definitely, my arch nemesis, my day one homie, Miss Patriot Lioness, because I won't call her by her new name. That's Patriot Lioness Jess.
Oh my
Was the
God.
one that she made in the gym where she was like, "You have an eating disorder, and you used to tell me that when you threw up sushi that it was easy to throw up and you're not really sick." And it was this
Yeah,
whole
I remember that.
video about that. That one legit, like, I'm pretty sure that, like, I hung up on Tox and was like, "I'll talk to you later." Like, I had to
That shit
fucking go.
hurt.
Well,
Yeah,
because, like,
dude.
at one point, like, I really liked the girl, right? Like, we were
No.
cool. We would FaceTime all the time, and whatever happened, happened. And then it just kept escalating and escalating and escalating back and forth. Like, we can blame each other all day long. But, like, even when we went to court, the judge was like, "Y'all are both doing this to each other."
Listen, she's a...
But then my
she's a...
scariest one
Let's hear it.
was, I got a friend request from an account that had my daughter's college on it and her name as a hashtag. And it had, like, the college that she attends and her, like, full name as a hashtag.
Do you realize,
The
like,
profile picture was my baby daddy. That one scared the shit out of me.
what are we doing? And you
That
know
one
what?
was
Somebody
scary.
went through so much work.
I stayed for, like, a year after that.
After that.
Still engaging.
Same.
So at this point, anything that anybody fucking did to me, yeah, my feelings can be hurt about it. I can be mad about it, but
But no, I
fucking
did it too.
played.
I did it too.
And
I did it
I
too.
played, and I had to win. I had the obsession with, I want the last mic drop
The
moment.
last word. Yeah, you know
Yep.
what? And I feel that, dude. I will say you do kind of win every day when it comes to Jess, right? Because, like, every day that you don't shit your pants is a win. You know? I wake up every morning, y'all, and I go on a run.
You run.
I went on a run. I go on runs every single morning. This last weekend, I went on almost a half marathon, 5 fucking miles.
You messaged me afterwards.
I got home. You want to know what I didn't do? I did not shit my pants. I did not shit my pants. And every day I smile. I smile so it's like a look at this.
It's
This
a
is
big
a genuine smile,
grin.
man.
That's a I did
I just
not
wanna
shit
say,
myself today grin.
You guys also, so everyone needs to learn that some stuff we don't have to share on the internet.
Yeah.
We just lock it down.
Yeah. Well, and it's like,
we
I
don't
understand that normal people, muggles, I like to call them, which are normal, healthy human beings. Okay.
Yeah.
I understand that sometimes pooping yourself out of nowhere can
Oh, dude, it happens.
be alarming. It can be alarming. You can get a little scared. Rushing to the emergency room for it. That's an urgent care issue. That's actually like a primary care physician appointment.
It's a go home and change your underwear issue. You don't even have to bother doctors.
Right. I mean, and really, you don't even have to consult the doctor unless you've had it for 7 days.
Right. Like, are you really that dehydrated? I just want to know what coffee she drank.
I don't know. I don't know, but like it was funny because one of my friends who has Crohn's disease was like, I shit myself once a week. You ain't special, bitch. Like, why you going to the hospital?
What do you need? Why did you need medical attention? Again, that's another one of those moments where I want to be
I don't know.
fly on the wall.
And now apparently I'm a part of some big lawsuit, and I gotta go to. I guess I gotta go to court October 19th. Somebody on the internet.
For what? For what?
I don't know. I don't. It's a big lawsuit.
What you're being sued for?
I haven't been served, but then they said cat's already been served. Like I went to my mailbox.
Well, they served the wrong cat. I just want to make sure. Was it an animal on the street? Did you guys?
I don't.
What address did you guys use? Because we all know you guys got it. You fucking you.
Because as of right now, no one has told me to stop talking about them. No one has served me a cease and desist. Nobody has done any of this. I don't understand why I have like a lawsuit.
We're not gonna stop. There's certain things we're not gonna stop talking about. Okay. If I told y'all that I shit myself in the car while my kid was at karate practice, if I came on TikTok and I told everybody that I did that, which by the way, this is a true story, so you guys can use this against me. This actually happened.
I love this.
Okay.
Video.
This is great. This is great. We're sharing stories. Okay. Like if I did that, if I came to the internet, I can't be mad at you guys for being like, Lindsey share pants.
No.
In fact, we should all laugh about it because it's funny.
It is funny.
It's funny.
It's funny.
We should all be laughing about it.
And like shit happens. It happens.
Shit does happen. And it happens at the worst possible time. Yo, that shit happened, girl. When I tell you I was having like the worst fucking day ever, I was having the worst fucking day ever. And I trusted this lady to do like this reading of me. I was like, yes, read my energy, bitch. Worst decision ever. She made this entire fucking YouTube video. It's like 45 minutes long. She's like roasting me. She's like, you stand funky. Your energy's off. Like it was crazy. 45 fucking minutes of this. And as I'm watching this, I'm crying because it's hurting my feelings. And then I had to fart. And I trusted the fart and I shit my pants. So now I'm crying. I shit my pants. I still have to take my son to karate, which means I had to sit in the car.
How long of a drive home?
Like 15 fucking minutes.
Girl.
I'm sitting there with my kids. I'm like, y'all need to stand in front of me and behind me. I don't want the neighbors seeing me.
Make a wall.
Cover me, please.
But that's the thing, like, you gotta be able to laugh at it. Like, I have shitted myself. Like, I got all kinds of IBS fucking issues, dude. It happens. Sometimes you trust a part that you shouldn't trust.
Exactly, and you should not trust farts. Okay,
and we are getting older, people. Like we're getting up there. Muscles aren't as constricted as what they once were.
Especially after having this damn
so if you're gonna put it on the internet, be ready for people to laugh at it. And don't cry when people laugh at it. Like you poop.
No.
And I would say that in front of a judge. Like, I've already had to say some embarrassing shit about TikTok in front of a judge. I'd say it again. Like,
I'd say it again, dude. We're gonna say it. Like, that's
we're gonna laugh at somebody who posted that they pooped their pants.
That's hilarious. Look, there's people who still fucking stitch videos of me from the past, and I'm like, I'll look at that shit. That shit's funny as fuck, and be like, damn, that was funny. You roasted my ass. Not Tizzy, because Tizzy was an asshole.
Dude, that was gross.
Tizzy was a fucking
like
that was rough.
At some people, like there are people that I enjoyed going back and forth with. Lizzie was one of them. Like I'm low key upset that like we're cool now. Because I really liked going back and forth with her in videos.
You guys do good on the clapbacks.
I do like that her being kind to me triggers so many people.
For like no reason.
I mean, it's multiple. It's like an onion. It's just trigger from the inside fucking out.
And it's like growing. The list is growing because it's like more people find out.
I'm here for it.
And they get
I
mad.
And
the funny thing is you're not even on. Yeah, you're not even fucking doing anything. You just fucking exist.
I'm existing and being kind to Lizzie. That's it. That's like literally all I'm doing.
What a terrible fucking life to live.
Someone left a comment that was like, you know, she has an OnlyFans, right? And I'm like, you don't fucking say. The bitch only posts about it every 5 fucking seconds. But anyways,
like hey man, I will subscribe to your OnlyFans. I don't know if you're watching this. But Lizzie, if you're watching this, I will subscribe to your OnlyFans if you start butchering animals. That sounded weird.
We were talking
and I
about
would
how to
refer you
learn
guys
how to
to go back.
butcher. Yeah, how to butcher our
This
own
out of
animals.
context makes me sound like an absolute psychopath.
Well, and then okay, like this happened today too. So one of the and I'll say names. I don't care in this situation
Oh shit!
at
Okay.
all. So Luna, right? Who we know,
Sorry.
like does not cause problems on the internet.
Where is
And
your hijab, everybody?
she has been
Hands up in the air.
she has been being harassed. Lindsay, this is no laughing matter. Okay. She has been being harassed. She has been being bullied. So she took it to court. Okay. She took this to court. So they go to court day one, right? The other person didn't show up. You know that's going to piss the judge off because
Oh, for
you
sure,
gotta
dude.
show up,
It's you're
right?
wasting time.
Right.
Yeah, dude.
Second time around, that person doesn't show up again. And Luna's like, ha ha ha. Judge is annoyed, right? Third time around, whole fucking case gets dismissed. If you can get a motherfucking case dismissed while the judge is already slightly annoyed by you, Miss Hoops, because that happened today. So they finally actually went to court today and it was fully dismissed. And here's my only bitch about TikTok court. Okay. If you do actually feel threatened, right? If you are not participating, if you are not going back and forth and someone will not leave you alone, okay, and you really do feel threatened, absolutely exercise that right.
For sure.
100%. But like, why are we using the court as mommy and daddy of TikTok fights?
That's what I was going to ask is like, I just want to know how Luna, you got to file a lot of paperwork. You got to file a lot of paperwork for court. There's a lot of filling out stuff. And like, there's a lot of time for you to consider what you're doing while you're filling out the forms, the endless amounts of forms. And then you have to like take them in and you got to pay to get them processed. Yeah. And then you have to pay to have the documents served.
Mm-hmm.
Not one single time did Luna stop to use whatever few brain cells she's got left bouncing around in there to go.
There was one time that I almost took one to court because I was like legit scared of this content creator. But I still didn't. I was like, okay, like if this threat goes through, then I'll go.
Then we'll do it
and do this. Because
and look,
there was
I'm gonna tell you, some of y'all motherfuckers should be using the legal system. You guys should be using the legal system because you're dealing with some shit that's wildly inappropriate.
Like, right. It's like we're going to court over the shit that doesn't matter. Like, stop going to court over like defamation.
But the fucking like, CPS shit, the abuse of CPS. There's one very bitter old woman who would rue the day if some of you guys decided to actually go to fucking court.
And here's the thing, foster care is very overwhelmed. Okay. You don't have to do much to be a foster care parent. And as a child who was in the system, that is the last place that you want your child. That is the last place that you want any child. Sure, they could get a really great home. Like with my situation, it was me and my youngest brother. We were separated. He went to one. I went to a different one. His was great. They were great people. Mine were not.
Mine weren't.
In any way, shape, or effing form. They were not. Like, they should have been murdered in the streets for what they were doing to those kids. And they were aware. It's just they had nowhere to put these kids.
So why are we putting and the thing is, the people that are doing this are people who are conscious, who will talk about save the children,
and openly
and in the same breath, yeah. And then they go, I'm gonna have CPS come to your house and take your kid. So the threat is, to me, in that moment, I'm gonna put your kid in the ultimate harm. That's
how I take it too. Yep.
You're literally going to put my kid in the hands of people of legitimate predators. I may never see my child again with the decision that you're making, and you're okay with that. I understand that there are certain times when you need to when CPS does need to be called.
Yes, absolutely. Well, unfortunately, like that's our system right now. If you need to report trafficking, and absolutely use them. If that child is in ultimate harm, use them. But that is your last
resort.
Line. Like,
And you,
if you really care about that kid, like, why didn't you call mom? Because look, like full blown. If you were to start drinking again, right? And I saw you on TikTok and you were drinking, I
you're
would
gonna
dead
call me.
ass call your phone and be like, what the fuck are you doing?
And I
What
feel
are
like
you doing? Those babies need you because that is more beneficial to your children than me
you
calling
calling
CPS
fucking
on you.
CPS, dude, because CPS is gonna come here. They might take my kids. They might take my kids for sure, but they're really just gonna go. Seems okay. And
Mhm.
whether or not the kids are safe,
You
they're
got
more than
running
likely gonna.
water. Yep. You got food
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
fridge.
yeah.
Yep. Have a
Whatever.
good day.
Worst case scenario is they fucking take my kids.
Hmm.
Best case scenario is they still come here. It's you're wasting time for those people to be at the cases where they need to be.
Yeah.
They're coming to my house to deal with me when they should be dealing with somebody who is genuinely hurting a child.
Hmm.
You're taking the time and the resources away from people who actually need it. And like you said, I always felt with when it came to issues like that, like you said, reaching out to the mom was more important. Being able to tell mom, like, hey, I don't think that this is smart, what you're doing. I think it's
Right.
dangerous, what you're doing. I think you're putting yourself in harm's way or in
Mhm.
unnecessary harm. Reaching that parent as opposed to using the fucking system. And like,
Girl, I would stalk your whole life and like figure out who like your husband and
you'd
your
call my
mom were.
husband. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You'd call my
Right?
husband.
Like I
Yeah,
would
you'd call my
do
husband
some fuck
for
shit
sure.
like that.
And
Absolutely. I'd
honestly,
stalk your whole life.
I would really hope that that is what happens. I would hope that if
Right.
you guys see me behaving in a way that is
No.
reminiscent of how I was before, that you guys would
You know I will.
call my ass out. Because I don't ever want to be that person again. Having you fucking ask me to go through those pictures, homie, I like was sending them to my husband. I was like, dude, check this out. This is wild to me.
Yeah.
Like to see the
Where you
difference
were.
in my face and like
Mhm.
it's fucking crazy, dude.
But I think that you like you know how like no you when you get told by people, right? Like you're so great and you're so wonderful. In your head, you're like, okay, cool. I'm great to that person. That person
Yeah,
thinks I'm great. And that feels good.
good.
So now I'm going to make sure that this person always thinks I'm great because that
And you,
feels really good when they tell me how
yes.
great I am. Right. But like you didn't believe it. And now you're starting to believe it. So you
Believe it.
don't need it
And not just that, but like
from other people.
when you start to hear uh those affirmations from other people, you
Mhm.
do start to like play into like you notice what that person likes. So you start to
Yeah.
play into what those people like. When it
You
comes to
like
TikTok, it's like,
chameleon.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna do the content that's gonna get me the attention because
Mhm,
this is what I want, right?
mhm, and
And
everybody's telling me
you
that it's
lose,
good
yeah,
and
but
that I'm
you
great.
lose who you are or what you want or
Yeah.
what makes you happy. You lose that part of you. And so like it literally has been me finding out like who I am and what I like. Like if you'd asked me 2 years ago, like, oh, you want to work out? I'd be like, you're fucking stupid. I'm not working out. It's dumb. That's dumb. What a waste of your life. Who wants to run? What a dumb waste of your fucking time. You want to
That's
go
how
be
I am.
sweaty? That's dumb. But like now I'm at the point where I'm like, I'm gonna go jump on stuff because it's fun. I'm gonna go
Right.
exercise.
Well, because you do, yeah, like, Scott just said, it's the endorphins, like,
Endorphins.
you do get high off of it, and
I do.
you've
I have.
replaced it with a good one, you know? Like, I did a ton of, like, trauma therapy. That was, like
Good.
it was thank God
Healing
for Butters,
yourself.
okay? Like, that's all
It's
I'm
that
gonna say.
shadow work, girl. That
'Cause,
fucking shadow
dude,
work.
I had a spot that, like, I didn't think I was gonna come out of that, like,
Fuck.
I didn't, like, my head was so bad, like, the self-hate talk was so fucking bad, where it was just like,
I
"Your
couldn't
kids
combat it.
deserve better than this, like, this is not a life
Yeah.
doing," and every night just over and over and over and over again, and finally I was like, "What the fuck makes me think that? Like, why do I go
What
there?"
is it? Yeah.
Because something must have been said or, like, I've gotta fix that part, and I found, like, for me, my favorite tool ever to do is, like, to sit down when you're feeling like that and, like, literally write down the first time that you remember feeling that way. So, like, the first time that you
Okay.
thought you were worthless, you go back to it, you sit with it, you go all the way back to it, you write it all down. You do your cry, you do whatever, you go about your business for the rest of the day.
Okay.
Try to disconnect from it. Go in a totally separate area of your house that you did not write this in. Open it up, different pen, different sitting, different everything.
Okay.
And you read that as if that age of a person wrote that to you. And then you are going to write back and you are going to tell you everything that should have been told to you, not what was told to you. Bitch, it's fucking magic.
Okay. I like that.
It's like
I like
going
that.
back, and then like I've noticed that the way that I talk to my kids is
Breaking that
very
shit.
yeah. And then like, because I remember growing up, like I would always be complaining about like my legs hurting all the fucking time. And my parents were like, it's growing pains, which by the way is not a fucking thing. Stop telling your kids that. Google it. It is not real. Growing doesn't hurt. Growing doesn't hurt. So if your kids are having really bad joint pain, take them to a rheumatologist. Don't. So, but it was always like that was the era that we grew up. Not that my parents were bad fucking parents.
No, but that's
rub some fucking dirt on it, dude. You're fine. Like you ain't going to the doctor. It's gonna cost me $100. Get the fuck out of here.
I'm not doing it. Exactly.
And so now, like, because when everybody was fucking with me about my health, I was like, why do I fucking care? Like, I know that this is fucking real. I live it every day. You care because you were brushed off so much.
Yeah. Yep.
So you didn't feel like you were believed then, and it's bringing that back to you. So
and you know
now,
what?
like when my son comes to me, I don't care if it's gas. I don't give a fuck if the kid's got gas in it, and it ain't no big deal. I'm gonna have him lay on my fucking lap. I'm gonna validate that his stomach hurts. I'm gonna tell him that it's not really bad that his stomach hurts. What can I do for you? And I'm going to do that every single time.
Yeah.
Whether it's feelings or physically, it's that validation. Like we were not validated in our generation
at all. Which is why we struggle. So like you were talking about how like dark your mental state got, and you were saying like how you would convince yourself like your kids don't need you. I had gotten to that same mental spot, and you were talking about like when was the first time that you started feeling like that? And that stems weirdly from TikTok because I had put myself out there and I had shared my opinion. Yeah. And this was like early on about my political beliefs. And I had people calling me a shitty mom. And it's a shame that your kids have a parent like you. And it's weird how like that kind of shit just like weasels its way into your brain and it festers and it grows and it grows and it grows. And it becomes this monster that you literally cannot silence and you can't turn off. No. And it's so fucking hard. Like, yeah, I'm so sorry that you went through that.
Sorry.
I don't know.
Don't feel bad. She's like, I feel sorry because I said that to my 10-year-old. Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. Just look into it. Look at what some of the things could be. I mean, it could just be like potassium. Potassium helped my kid big time at the end of the night with it.
I try hard not to like dismiss him. So like my son comes to me like 2 days ago and he's like, my throat hurts. And we're like, oh, okay, throat hurts. It's no big deal, right? And the next day, my throat hurts. All right. Okay, come here. Let me take a look. Turns out motherfucker's got fucking tonsil stones. And of course he's like freaked out because to him that sounds
Scary.
like the worst thing ever. And I'm like trying to tell him like, you're going to be fine. Like we're going to work through it. If it persists for more than a week, we will go to the doctor and get treatment. Like I'm explaining to him like the steps. So like it is like that initial response of like, meh, because we are hardwired to do that because of how our parents did that with us.
Yeah.
It's hard to fight that. And it's funny, like you bring it up and I realize I literally did that. Like I did that like just a couple of days ago. I was like, it's okay. Like it's crazy how we have been conditioned to be dismissive.
Yeah. We are. And like I just know like how it felt like after I was diagnosed where they were like, well, this is like you've had it forever. And I'm like, wait, what? No, I haven't been sick forever. And then they start going through, like my rheumatologist was like, are you for real? And I was like, no, this started in 2019. I lost a bunch of weight. Like, yeah, I have stomach problems. Yeah, I have EOE. Yeah, I mean, like my arms and my legs always hurt, but like they always have. Yeah, I don't have ankles. I've never had ankles. They're always big bags of fluid, but that's just how it's always been. And he's just looking at me like, And then he pulls up my medical records and he's like, you went to the hospital more between the ages of like 11 and 15 than I have in my entire life. And that's when it really like dawned on me, like people don't go to the hospital like I do, or the doctors like I do. But then it was also really written off and dismissive of like, you're fine. Like you're just overthinking. Like
Yeah.
you're making it happen because you
Even
keep
when you
thinking about
went
it.
to the doctor's offices, they're dismissing you. Yeah,
Oh my
man.
God, dude. No, it's bad. And like
I
I
can't even
posted a
fucking
story
imagine.
that like it shook the entire Ehlers-Danlos fucking community. There's a girl in the UK, I believe UK. She was 33, young girl. She was diagnosed by 3 specialists with Ehlers-Danlos, 3
Okay.
separate specialists. Like you can't argue that diagnosis. So what sucks about getting diagnosed with EDS is that like there's really no big diagnostic criteria for it. Like
Okay.
it's definitely the hypermobile because normal human beings cannot bend the way that we do. They just can't. But like
Okay.
Cirque du Soleil people, they have hypermobile syndrome. Humans don't bend that way. It may not be Ehlers-Danlos, but it's some
Downloads.
kind of
Okay.
tissue
Hypermobility.
disorder, right? And it has
Okay.
to do with their
Okay.
collagen because your collagen is the glue, holds your whole body together. We don't produce it. We're just like, no, I'm gonna skip the collagen. So like my shoulder will just fall out of
Pop
place.
out of place. Bitch, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
So and like collagen supplements don't help. Yep, New Zealand. Thank you, Pablo. I knew that you were in here because Pablo actually shared this story with me. And
Well, it's no problem.
so she had been diagnosed, 3 different specialists. Like that's about as good of a diagnosis as you're gonna get until we
Yeah.
are able to genetically test for hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos. There's 17 to 20 different subtypes. The most common is HEDS, which is what I have.
Okay.
But you really want to rule out like vascular EDS because the mortality rate for that is 45. You don't make it past 45. So you want to rule out those ones, but I mean, I have a diagnosis from 3. So like my primary care physician diagnosed me, and then a rheumatologist diagnosed me, and then my neurologist also diagnosed me. So you want all these specialists to say yes, so that when you go into the emergency room, people don't question you anymore. You're like, nope, I got this diagnosis. You have to treat me right. This poor fucking girl, dude, she met one shitty doctor that didn't believe her, diagnosed her with factual syndrome. It's just a really nice other way of calling her either a fucking hypochondriac or Munchausen's or whatever. He made it mental, right? So from what I'm gathering, because it's really hard to piece this story together because there's not a lot out there about it. I know that she did pass away. She died at home, but this was after they had put her through extreme psychiatric testing, rectal exams, like multiple, accused her of faking fainting, faking fevers.
How do you, what the fuck? What are we, 12? What am
I, faking fevers in a hospital
putting a fucking blow dryer on my forehead? What are you talking about?
Right. And then
you guys do the fucking, it's not even the fucking kind of thermometer where you could fucking cheat.
No.
Like, what are you talking about?
They wouldn't treat her. She got horrible treatment. She wasn't believed. And now she's no longer here. And I can't help but wonder, because I'm telling you, so this week has been really hard for me. Like we were talking a little bit about this, and like I've been in and out of the doctors and talking with my doctor and like, hey, if you're not coming out of this pretty soon, like we're gonna have to do something here because like, my fainting's picked up and I'm just very, very tired and it's just a fucking mess. And the fear of going to the ER and getting that one bad doctor, a lot of times I will not go. I will stay home. Even though I know you should probably go. You should go. You should get hydrated because usually it's just something as simple as an IV bag of fluids. That's the crazy thing, is that 9 times out of 10, if an Ehlers-Danlos patient is in the ER, it's usually for some kind of gastro issue. Like if you get away from the serious ones, the most common thing that we go for is all we need you to do is put an IV in our arm, dump a bag of saline solution in there, give me Benadryl, give me Zofran, and give me something for pain. And it doesn't even have to be anything good. You can give me Toradol. I don't give a fuck. Something low for baseline pain and send us home. That literally makes me go from like a fucking 10 to a 5, like that. I feel fine when I come home. I'm like ready to go.
Ready to
I
go.
see a lot
Yeah.
of Ehlers-Danlos patients that have like ports or like
Yeah.
permanent IVs. I'm actually toying. We've been talking with my neurologist about doing something like that with me
Something like
because
that.
I will avoid it. I'm like, I don't. What? I'm gonna go and like I've had doctors Google it in front
You
of
have
me
to sit there for fucking hours and wait for
for
them
like
to fucking
5,
tell
6
you.
hours just for
No,
them
shut the fuck
to
up.
go through
'Cause
all the bullshit just to give me an
and
IV.
you know, the entire time that they're not treating you, it's not that they're taking care of other patients, because it gets to the point where like you
No, I've
sat in
worked
the
in
ER.
a hospital setting, no.
Yeah, dude. Yo, no, I know. Where they
Over 10.
literally just let you fucking sit there. It's
Mhm.
wild, dude. And
Yeah.
they wait for you to fucking leave.
Yes.
I've watched them wait for fucking people to leave
Yes.
because they know eventually they're gonna get tired. And I
Mhm.
think what's crazy is like what I'm learning, because I have you, I have another friend who has fibro. I have a couple other friends who have fibro.
Mhm.
And it's weird to me to watch them go to the doctors and get treated as like pain med seeking. They get treated like drug seekers because they're there all the time. And it's like, these doctors don't even understand. To get Cassie to go to the fucking doctor is like fucking pulling teeth. And they're like, she's here all the time. No, but we had to tell her 10 other times before we even
To
got her to
go,
go this
right.
one fucking time. So it's like,
And
it's
if she's there
crazy
all the
to me.
time, it's because she's sick. She's
Yeah,
sick
she's
all
not
the
fucking
time.
well.
And if you're
And she
not
has to
like if you're not somebody who Tex is messaging me asking me how the show went. Because we're
still,
normally done by now, but
still here, bud. Still here, buddy. You
I'm
can
gonna
come
say
watch,
they
Mr. Bear Hunter.
still on. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, but like the drug seeking thing drives me absolutely up the fucking wall.
Yeah.
And what what I hate is that like I was a part of the problem at one point.
But not intentionally.
Not intentionally. And then like I see now, like there's a really good movie. I think it's on Netflix maybe. And it's about the opioid epidemic. Best movie I've ever seen done about it. Painkiller, I think it's called.
Yeah, I've been wanting to watch it.
Oh my, it's so good. It is very well done. Like I binged the whole thing. I was up until 1 or 2 in the morning. I stayed up and watched it. It was very, very
I'm assuming
well.
my husband is watching right now. So, babe, this is the next thing that we're watching that
It's
Kat
good.
suggested, by the
Now,
way.
my only complaint about it is I wish that because like Oxycontin has this really like scary, like you say it out loud and you feel like you're saying something illegal.
Illegal. Yeah.
Like it is a legal. This was only scheduled for. You don't make the rules here, buddy. Go kill a bear. It's girl time.
Yeah. I thought you were bear hunting. What are you even
Girl
doing
time.
here?
Get out of here. Find a freaking bear. But
I'm
like
a bear jerky, homie.
the movie really shows you like how the epidemic happened. And when you go and you watch it, two people are pissed. They're like, get out of here, Tex. This is a great show. Because like it was so intentionally done. It was
they knew what they were doing.
Fucking intentional. And what really sucks is like being someone who's worked in like hospice setting, right? I have seen patients that literally could not move. They were in so much pain. Go from that to being able to sit and like read a book with their grandkids because they took Oxycontin. End of life care, that medication is a fucking miracle. And it should stay on the market for those people. But what we did was we were like, and they knew how addictive it was. They knew the whole fucking time how bad it was. But the guy who came out with it was losing money. The guy who owned the company before died. The company was fucking done. And they had one painkiller.
One pill. Yep.
They had one. And they were like, well, let's take that one and we'll recreate it, but we'll make it this way so that we can market it to more people. Because the other oxy that they had was only end of life care, which is what it should be used for. And now they're giving it to people with fucking sprained ankles. They were prescribing this to 15-year-olds
for nothing,
dude.
For nothing. I got my wisdom teeth pulled and I got prescribed Oxycontin.
Shut up.
Swear. My mom didn't give it to me, but I found it in the fucking. It was my first ever like dealing with any sort of drug like that.
Right.
And I remember taking it and being like, like to this day can remember being like, that is insane. And
It's
like, I know
heroin.
that there's times when you need it. Like I'm at the point where it's like, I have pain. I have pain in my back. I wouldn't say it's chronic pain, but I have pain. I have pains that I deal with regularly.
Right.
But I'm in the mental headspace where I'm like, if I go and I get treated for my pain, this is so fucked up. If I go get treated for my pain now, when I'm in my 60s, I'm going to be on pain management and they go give me the good drugs. Beach.
That's
right?
what
That's what you got to go through. I hate that mindset, bro. I hate it. I'd be like, I want my good drugs when I'm 65.
Yes.
So I'm going to wait.
Yes.
That's my insurance. It's so
but like, you know how it works.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like,
I watched it.
Right. And now it's like, we got all these people addicted to it.
Yeah.
And then instead of fixing the problem, they purposely ran a campaign to go against the addicts, to now start outing the addicts. And I'm like,
because they're the problem.
They're
the issue.
Made them. You
don't know how many times
this fucking monster. But now it's, like I think it was Obama and Trump. Okay. Like both of these fuckers did it where they were like, we're going to end the war on opiates.
Yep, the opioid epidemic.
No.
And it's like, okay,
what you should
so now
do
we've
is just
replaced it.
Stop handing it out because now you won't give it to fucking anybody.
And look, you've already created the addicts because now the addicts exist and they're chasing that high, which is why we have so many people who want to use fentanyl and heroin. You've literally created a monster that can't be stopped. No. And then you have, it's a fucking never ending cycle.
There's still people, like, think of all the people that, like, so for all the people that were in the pain clinics, right? Because you saw them pain clinics sprout up. I remember that.
Popping up. Dude, there was nothing.
In the corner.
There was none, and then they were everywhere.
Everywhere. And now there's none again. You don't.
There's none again. There's no pain clinics. Yeah.
Because they did that shit on purpose.
They were like fucking dispensaries. They were pill dispensaries.
But now you gotta remember that out of those like 20 junkies in a waiting room, right, that they've created, there's one person in there that has debilitating chronic pain that needs their pain treated. So what you're doing is you're giving them Oxycontin when they probably don't. Any doctor, and this is for everybody, if you are going to a doctor and being treated for pain and your doctor goes right for the big guns, get the fuck out of there.
Get the fuck out of there.
There's a hierarchy of pain medication. There's very low, like very.
I love me a doctor that says ibuprofen. Oh, I love me a doctor who's like, I will treat it with ibuprofen. I'm like, and then they'll be like, you call me in an hour if it ain't working. Oh, okay, buddy. I will be calling you because I already know it ain't gonna work. But you know what? I like that you said ibuprofen, sir.
The ER doctors do that though. So like when I go in, if I have to go to the ER for pain, they're like, well, what do you take at home? So I tell them what I take at home, and they're like, well, we're gonna give that to you here. Why? This is different pain. This is acute pain now. I take this for my baseline.
I already took that. Fun fact, everybody.
I'm already there, bro.
I already took that.
Which is why
I'm here. Because I took the stuff that I usually take and it didn't do shit. It did not do shit. Which is, I swear, that's why I'm here.
Y'all used to hand this shit out. And I remember because I was the same as you. Like, I didn't want to start pain management, first of all, because I said the same thing. I was like, I don't want to be to a point where like that medication doesn't work for me when I'm 60, 70, 80 years old. Because like being that old, dude, being that old scares the shit out of me with the pain that I'm in now. Right, like, I'm like,
it has to work at that age. Okay. We need the good stuff. Bring in the big guns.
But when I went, it was finally like a conversation between me and my husband where he was like, I know that you really want to avoid this, but like, I can't watch you. Like I was chewing up so much Tylenol and Motrin and Aleve all day that like I was starting to throw out blood. Like my stomach was just wrecked. Because I mean, I'm not kidding. I was taking like 4 or 5 Tylenols at a time, a couple times a day. And like, you can't do that.
Your guts can't handle that, dude.
Like
you literally cannot handle it, dude.
So when I finally went in, he was like, we're going to start you on really low dose because of course, like, because I mean, I'm turning 40 next month. It's not ideal for someone my age to be on pain medication. And I love my doctor because he was very conservative about it. And he was like, we are going to just start you on this medication at the lowest dose. And that was after I tried numerous other medications for off-label pain use, trying to avoid having to use pain meds.
Yep.
And he did it so well. And then I could only get 3 days worth at a time. And then I had to go in and I had to like pee. Like, yes, I'm taking my meds. I am not selling them because they have a huge issue of people trying to sell meds.
I was just about to say,
you're kind of making me feel like a drug addict, and this
drug
sucks.
addict, you already went
I have to
through
call
it.
you every 3 days like a junkie, like I'm calling my dealer. But now that it's been a while and I've, been really good on them and I don't even take them as much as what they're prescribed, like now he's comfortable with, okay, now you can have a 30-day dose. But every month I have this anxiety in my chest because I don't get refills. I have to call and ask permission. May I have another?
You're a little drug addict. No, I'm just kidding. You're not a little drug addict, but they
Like,
make you fucking feel like it. Dude, the medical system,
like now.
Hey, you want to hear how fucked the medical system is? Are you ready for
but
this?
then we have to get off the
everybody.
podcast because we've been
Okay,
live for an hour.
It's going to be a sad one. I apologize. Leave everybody on a bad note.
Okay,
so I had the miscarriage. Okay, we lost the baby, and I had to go and get the medication to have the miscarriage.
I was so mad about this.
We're in the South, everybody. So they almost did not prescribe me that medication. And the lady kept having to tell me this is to terminate a pregnancy. As I'm sitting there, I'm going to make a fucked up joke. As I'm sitting there as a walking casket at the time. Okay, so the baby's already dead. Stop lecturing me that I know what it's going to do.
Right.
I need it to do that.
Otherwise, I'm going to get sick and die.
Like, it's insane that we live in a fucking world where it's like, you cannot get your medicine to be treated for the things that you need. If you are somebody who doesn't need it, weirdly, you can get it. If you don't need it, you can fucking get it. But if you need it, you can't fucking get it.
My husband went to the ER for his knee being swollen. And granted, it did need to be drained. Like, it was a pocket coming out of his knee.
Fucked up. All right.
It fucking hurts. He gets cortisone shots in it now. Sent him home and was like, well, we're going to write you a script and I'm sitting there and I just started laughing. And he was like, is everything okay? And I'm like, everything's fine, because I will not talk back. I will not talk back to medical staff, because even though I know it is bullshit that they do it, I know that I frequent that hospital and I am not going to have them neglect me or treat me like shit if I ran my mouth. My health is more important than being right, bro.
You're like, I'll just shut the fuck up.
I'm not trying to make a viral TikTok video of me telling the doctor to fuck off. Like, I'm trying to get better.
Although I'm fucking tempted to.
They had no problem. They had no problem being like, here you go, bruh. Here's a whole bottle full. And I'm like, you guys give me Motrin.
Right.
But like, cool. But I also just, women in general don't get good fucking
We don't get treated. We don't.
Like,
we don't.
They go in and shove IUDs inside of our uterus with zero numbing. Zero, no twilight anesthesia, no nothing. Dude gets like a 2-minute vasectomy, which is known to be basically painless, and gets like doped up to the gill.
Yeah, dude, it's so crazy.
I don't understand it. And you remember like how mad I was at that, the way that your doctors treated you during that. Cause I just
dude.
Like,
that shit was weird. That was weird.
Why are we being so barbaric for no reason?
Because
why
it wasn't.
Why are we traumatizing even more?
Because, and I've had to sit and analyze it, because and I told you this, in the medical field, it is 1 in 3 women lose a baby. At 1 in 3. So that the hospital sees that 1 in 3. That's a rotating door for them. That's fucking nothing. I am the fucking one. I'm not seeing the other 2 women. I'm only seeing myself. So for me, it's this fucking thing. It's a huge fucking deal, and it impacts my family, and it impacts fucking everybody around me. Right. But it's not impacting the hospital, and because it's not impacting them, they don't give a fuck. Now, if I was going to cost them money, if there was a potential for there to be like a fucking some sort of malpractice suit, they would have been putting more effort into the care, because it would matter to them, because they need to protect their assets.
And here's the thing, I'm not trying to sound like a leftist, but we all know that women get shitty healthcare as it is. And then on top of it, what type of woman gets the shittiest fucking healthcare? Because if me and you went into a hospital for the exact same reason, me and you are going to be treated very fucking differently.
Very different. It's weird.
We are.
Especially,
and
I don't want to say
hardcore statistics that back that
up.
And I don't know why more people aren't loud about that. Like, we talk a lot about like
I think because it's uncomfortable,
like black crime and how it's higher here and it's not here. And I'm like, okay, you guys really want to complain about something? Go complain about the healthcare that black women receive, because it's absolutely fucking disgusting. And there are
I'm gonna
statistics
point it out.
to back it
It's
up.
uncomfortable. It's an uncomfortable conversation because there's a lot of people who are not white who are in charge in healthcare. So it becomes an uncomfortable conversation because the racism isn't what we're used to seeing. It isn't black on white racism or white on black racism. It is a different kind of racism. It is a culturally different kind of racism. And it's something that people don't want to fucking talk about. It is an uncomfortable fucking conversation.
I've seen it more in a medical system than I have any other time. Especially
Even
like
working
long-term care. I was shocked because when
even working in the medical care system, like
when I first started, of course, like the new girl. So we're gonna give them
Yeah.
all the patients that we don't like. But what's the worst hall? Give them to her. She's new.
give them to her. Yeah.
They're the worst. They were fucking awesome, by the way. Like, I loved those motherfuckers. But one thing that I did notice was I was like, is this place like segregated or what's going on? Because
like this?
there aren't many like black folks up in here, but they're all my patients. So
oh shit.
What's up? Like, why did you
Why is it
do
like that? Yeah.
It's weird because a lot of my patients weren't even on the same hallway stretch, which is also very weird. Then I ended up finding out that it was because like two of the nurses there were like, I can't because, and bluntly said, but that was the reason.
Because
and
of that.
They were allowed to continue to work there.
With that being bigoted. Dude, you know what's crazy is working as a medical assistant. I had to tell my husband this. I was working as an extern for one doctor's office.
Mm-hmm.
And they set me up with an interview for another doctor's office. At this time, I have curly hair, right? I'm young. I don't have tattoos or any of this shit.
Right.
I look normal. I go in for the interview and I get told later, both doctor's offices are run by not white people, okay? I get told later at the doctor's office that I was externing at that I wasn't hired for the job because my hair looked unprofessional. I was like, it's my hair. And the guy was like, you should straighten it.
Is that the new word that like we're using now is unprofessional?
Yeah, unprofessional.
Instead of unkept, wasn't that was the other way that people used to say it looks unkept.
Unkept. I just thought it was really, and it was interesting to me because it was the first time that I saw it, and then going and working like as a CNA and seeing how other cultures,
those old people be racist as fuck though too.
Racist as fuck, dude. I know.
Dude, they're
it's also racist. Like I'm gonna say like older Vietnamese women don't really get along with black patients for whatever fucking reason. I don't understand what the fuck that is.
There's an inner beef there that I've never been able to understand.
I don't understand. What did we do to you?
I don't. But if you look at statistics, like it is really disproportionate when it comes to like black on Asian crime. Like,
yeah, it's fucking weird.
What's happened, y'all? Like, why
are we not? We're really into this like whole white on black thing, but we're like really skipping over some huge issues with other cultures. Yeah, we should probably look into them a little bit more. Just a smidge.
We're gonna be called racist all over TikTok tomorrow.
Fucking for sure, dude. Absolutely. You know it's gonna happen. I can't wait. I can't wait for the part about.
All we did was talk about freaking drugs and race.
I can't wait for the part of me asking Lizzie to fucking kill animals on OnlyFans gets cut up into fucking. That's great. Go ahead, use that one. I'm on TikTok.
That you can actually like sign up for someone's OnlyFans that will teach you
real
how
content
to, like, butcher the animal.
Look, we didn't talk about that.
It's not even like sexy though.
Sometimes it's not spicy. Somebody is using it for that, Cat.
Yeah, there are people using it for that. Yes.
That's the problem. I just want the education.
We're really sick. Okay? Like human beings are really twisted little fucking creatures. We really are fucking weird.
I think
remember when you were little and you'd watch like those scary, like it's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children are? And you'd get like scared, or like you'd hear the Unsolved Mysteries music and you're like, oh shit.
Oh fuck.
So we thought that was so far out there when really like TikTok has shown me, I'm pretty sure that there's more people like that in the world now than like normal people.
Can we just talk about how like a person gets like a monicum of fucking of fame like on TikTok and it's like immediately people become weirdos. Like nobody, completely. There's no talk about kids at all. And then
No.
the second somebody is popular, they start doing weird shit to kids.
Yeah.
What the fuck is happening?
I don't know.
What
I don't know
happens?
because I went down a really fucked up rabbit hole with Danny Masterson. I'm not done with it yet.
Yo,
Bro, like Ashton Kutcher
they made that fucking
went
apology video. Oh my
on a date.
god.
No, he called Danny Masterson. Ashton Kutcher went to pick a girl up for a date. Okay. He got to her apartment. She was fucking dead and she was fucking murdered. And he like walked in and he was like the first one to find the body. And he didn't call the fucking cops because he was worried that his fingerprints would be out. This fucking happened like a long time ago. And his first phone call was Danny fucking Masterson. And so then the Danny Masterson thing happens, right? He gets sentenced. Well, then Ashton Kutcher comes out and they find out that he wrote him like a glowing letter of recommendation before he went to jail for 30 years.
Insane.
Which thank God, like fucking thank God they finally charged one of them, like just to appease the masses of how close they all are.
Poor Danny, he had to be the one to take. I'm not saying
No,
poor Danny.
dude.
He had to take the fall. It could have been any of y'all other motherfuckers. It had to be the cute one.
Not Rooster.
Oh,
Not Rooster from the fucking ranch.
Right? Oh fuck, man. I mean, fuck him. Honestly, fuck that guy. But also, why they all have to suck? Oh,
the girl,
that's crazy.
Listen. One of the victims of Danny Masterson fucking popped off online after Ashton said what he said. And she was like, I could ruin your whole fucking life. I was there when that phone call came in and then dropped the date. And that was the date that he found the dead girl. You can like look it up on fucking YouTube and see his whole Ashton Kutcher's whole.
You know I'm going to. Scientologists, yes, you're right, Lizzie. Those people are fucking weirdos, dude. They're so weird. Have you watched all the fucking shit? I'm telling you.
It was an accident. It was an accident. I was in Chicago. They're very, very good. When they approach you on the street, they make you feel like I'm a sucker for community, dude. And like I will get taken advantage of. Yeah.
They'll make you give a.
But then like when I came back to Michigan, because I was in Chicago, and then when I came back to Michigan, I was telling everybody about it. And I was like, yeah, I like held on to these little rad things, and it's like a whole little personality test, and it was really, really cool. And I really, really liked everybody. And I was like, and I think I'm gonna do like more, but like it costs money for these classes. And already was like, bitch, you fucking joined a cult. Can you not?
Joined the cult.
Can you fucking not? And I was like, what are you talking about?
You don't even I've watched the whole fucking
documentary. Swan, you know who she is?
Yeah, dude.
I fucking loved her. I fucking loved her. And then I watched the goddamn documentary on her and I was like,
crazy. She's crazy. She's crazy. Dude, I want so badly to just do like once a week, sit and watch something crazy and just talk about like this. Like we went and fucking watched the fire thing and then we talked about it. This is so much fun. I love doing this. This is so much fun. I love it. I fucking love it, dude.
Well, I don't know. I used to do like random episodes of like Cat's Corner and things like that. Yeah. And I kind of want to bring it back. And
yeah, dude.
Yeah. Cause I know that like on Freedom Fam, we're really going to be like shifting. Because we're coming up, like it's Texas time,
and it's gonna get serious, and it's gonna get really deep, and I think it's gonna be kind of bleak for a little bit. It's gonna be a long fucking winter. You know what I mean?
But I thought about bringing it back and doing rabbit holes with Kat, and then bringing on like a different guest every time that I do an episode, and then showing clips from rabbit hole, right? Like just like fucking getting people jumping into the weird shit.
Dude, I love that shit.
I love the weird shit. And people get that confused because I am very blunt about one of the conspiracy theory communities that I do not like, and I do not want them anywhere near me. But it doesn't mean that I don't still like obsessively follow conspiracy theories.
I want to talk about it. Dude, I want to talk about flat earth shit. I want to talk about the fucking ice wall. I want to talk about it. I'm at the point now.
You know, there's a guy that actually went and like said that he went through a portal and shit. Like he made it there. Girl, yeah.
I just want to know. I want to know what the earth looks like as it goes on. I bet it's horrifying. I bet that's where fucking Winnebingos. What are those things called?
I don't think you can see out of it. That's what I think. I don't think you can see it. I think it's like I don't know.
I
'Cause I
want to
don't
climb
think
it.
it's like
Look,
flat, right? Like
no,
I
I
think
want to
it's
climb it. It's
domed.
got to be an ice wall. I can climb it like Mount Everest, and I want to get up there. People be climbing Mount Everest. Somebody told me that mountains are shrinking. Okay, this has been a fucking worm in my brain. That the
What?
mountains, listen, the mountains on the East Coast are smaller than the mountains on the West Coast of California because they have been eroded and they are shrinking. So this begs the question: is Mount Everest shrinking too? Because that means that somebody who climbs Mount Everest today is not doing the same thing as somebody who
They're
climbed
not.
Mount Everest 10, 20 years ago. And that means that I could absolutely climb a fucking ice wall, bitch. I have been working
Yeah.
out. I know I could do it. Let me be the first black bald woman
That's where we should do our fire festival. We'll do it in
at
Antarctica.
the ice wall, and it will burn through it with an actual fire.
All right, ladies
We are
and gentlemen,
going to be on a watch list after this.
that is
just so
how we
you
are going
know.
to end the show this evening. Is look forward to me and Lindsay's plans. We are going to be doing TikTok Fire Fest. We will be doing it in
At the ice
Antarctica
wall.
at the ice wall, and tickets
Get your
are
tickets.
$4.3 million each,
$1 million.
and that will cover your
that
cheese
comes with
sandwiches.
you guys get a free trip to see the Titanic with that ticket, by the way.
And free Evian water that some dude suck dick for.
It's blowy water.
You get in a free bottle of blowy water. All right, Liz, thanks for coming on. We will have you on again soon. I love your face.
Please.
Thanks for hanging out
Thank
with
you
me
so
tonight.
much, dude. I've had so much fun. Bye.
Guys, we will be back on Thursday. So see you then.